Hello everybody, it's Steph Davis here from flipthiswholesaler.net, where I teach you to make more money, flip more houses, and kick more ass. Today I am here to record a short video to show you guys a simple, effective strategy for finding buyers for your deals if you have something under contract. I, as a matter of fact, just used this technique yesterday. I had a wholesaler from Tampa that called me up. They've got a deal under contract. None of their buyers are interested, so they called me to see if one of my buyers might be interested or if I could help them find a buyer for this deal. So one of the first things that I always do, aside from calling my buyers or sending an email out to my buyers when I have a deal to sell, is to find out if there are any other investors who already own properties in this neighborhood or on this street. So what I do is I go to my my county's property appraiser website, which you can see right here on the screen. Now, if you're not in Hillsborough County, the way you search for property records might be a little bit different than what I'm going to show you. So you might have to do a little bit of digging, a little bit of poking around. Also, the website that you are going to search on might be called something different than the property appraiser website. I know in some areas it's called the Recorder of Deeds, I think, or something like that. So you might have to do a little bit of digging around before you find the right website and find out how to do these searches. But anyway, so I'm going to go to my county's property appraiser website. Again, I am looking for investors who own properties on this street. Typically, or not typically, but sometimes if there is a landlord, say, that owns a rental property on a certain street and they're looking for more rentals, a lot of times they prefer to have the rentals in the vicinity of where they already own properties. It just makes it easier for them to manage. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and put in the street name. This particular property was on Hamner. I'm going to leave the street number blank, and I'm just going to click, scroll down here, click search records, and this is going to pull up all of the properties on Hamner in Hamner Avenue in Tampa, Florida. There's 124 matches. And what I'm looking for is any company names that show up. If you see here, this is the owner name. This is the street address. This is the owner name. So I'm just going to scroll down here and see if I see any company names. This right here is Fast House Assistance. Now, the other thing too, I kind of want to look in the general vicinity. This is 10410 Hamner, which is nearby where this particular deal is located. And it looks like Fast House Assistance Inc. owns this property here at 10410 Hamner Avenue. So I'm just going to see if I can try and find who Fast House Assistance is, contact them, and see if they might be interested in this particular property. So the first thing I'm going to do, if you've watched any of my videos prior to this, I'm not a big fan of sending direct mail out to sell properties if I can help it. A lot of people might send a direct mail piece to Fast House Assistance. You can click on this record right here, and that will give Fast House Assistance. It gives their mailing address. So if you wanted to, you could send them a letter that says, hey, I've got this deal located on Hamner Avenue. I'm asking this for it. If you're interested, give me a call. I would rather just find this person's or this company's contact information and contact them directly by phone. So I'm going to go into Google. I'm going to type in Fast House Assistance. And here's a Super Pages listing, and I believe their phone number is listed right there. So give them a call, say, hey, I see that you own a property on Hamner Avenue. I've got one under contract. Just curious if you're looking to, if you'd be interested in this deal. So, and I went through that whole list of properties and this whole list of properties, and I did that same thing. Any company name that I found, I did a Google search. If I could find their phone number, gave them a call to see if they were interested. I didn't have any bites, but you know what? How long does it take me to do this? I don't know, maybe 2 to 3, 5, maybe 10 minutes tops, and you can make a couple $1,000s. This wholesaler told me that if I sold it at the price that he was asking, that he'd give me $2,000. So is it worth my time to go into Google, go into my property appraiser website and do a quick search, make a couple phone calls? Yeah, so I did. It didn't pan out, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't have any skin in the game. It's not my deal, so who cares if I don't find a buyer? The other thing that I wanted to show you, and again, you might not have this functionality in your county's property appraiser website, but if you do, this is another really cool tool for looking for investors that already own properties in the general vicinity of where your property is located. There's a map here in our property appraiser website. It's called the GIS map. Don't ask me what GIS stands for because I have no clue. But what you can do if you click this little map it thing here, this is going to pull up a map of the blocks nearby where your subject property is located. If you see this little square here, that's the subject property. But what you can do is click on each parcel and it will bring up the property record right over here. You can see who the owners are this way, and you can just go around to each parcel, go up one street, down the next, go up this street, down the next, looking for LLC names or company names, investors that own properties in this area, and then just do the same thing that I just showed you. Do a Google search, see if you can find their phone number. So this is another tool that I use because the way that I just showed you searching for the street name, that's just going to pull up the properties up and down, like for in this example, Hamner Avenue. But you also want to look at the streets that are nearby, the blocks that are nearby. So that's just another cool, easy way to find out if there are any other investors who own properties in the area. If you don't have these tools available to you, if for some reason your county property records do not have websites, you can do direct mail. You can get a list of, pull addresses in, say, like a 1 mile radius and send a direct mail piece saying that you have a property under contract, it's located at this address, you're asking this, are you interested, give me a call. Like I said, I don't like to do that because I have these tools available to me, but if you do not have these tools and resources available to you, you could always do direct mail. You could leave flyers. If you don't want to spend the money on postage, you could just print up some flyers and leave them on the doorsteps or, on the doors of people that live in the general vicinity of where your property is located. And just one more thing really quickly, a lot of times, like if I get a property under contract and I go out and say put a sign in the front yard, a lot of times I will have the neighbors that will come out. They're curious as to what's going on with the property if I'm buying it, and a lot of times they will know somebody who's looking to buy, say, on that street or in that neighborhood. So putting out flyers or sending direct mail pieces might work for you if you can't do this, or you could do that in conjunction with what I've just shown you. Alrighty, that wraps up today's video. If you guys are looking for more ninja strategies for finding cash buyers for your wholesale deals and you haven't done so already, I highly recommend that you check out my new Cash Buyer Ninja training. It's over 3 hours of in-depth video training where I go in and I show you all of the ninja tactics that I use to find the hottest buyers in my area. There's also, I include with the program all of the wholesale contracts that you need to do a wholesale deal. I walk you step by step through how to do a wholesale deal. I include scripts to use when talking to buyers, basically everything that you're going to need to do a wholesale deal, to complete a wholesale deal, as well as 3 hours of video training on how to find the hottest buyers in your market. If you haven't done so already, go to cashbuyerninja.com and you can get that training there. If you guys have any questions about what I've gone over in this video, feel free to leave them below on my blog in the comments section. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have disabled the comments here because it gets too confusing for me going back and forth answering questions on my blog and YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go to my blog, flipthiswholesaler.net, and you can leave a comment or a question there in the comments section. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.